Okay,
Really?
What the hell was that?
good, Steve? Okay. Let's bring Improvement Service Committee to order. Let it be recorded, Nicholson, Worry, Nenning, Vanderleest are present. Approval of the minutes from the regular meeting, March 29, 2017. Motion by Worry to approve, second by Nenning. Under discussion, here none, all in favor.
Aye.
Ayes, motion carried. Approve of the agenda.
Motion approved.
Motion by Worry, second by Vanderleest. Under discussion. Here none, all in favor. Ayes, motion carried. 3, consideration, possible action on request by Alderman Scannell for discussion on potential alternatives to study the truck traffic issue on Broadway using staff.
I had a conversation with Brian Johnson, the Executive Director of On Broadway Incorporated, earlier today. OBI supports the communication that's been submitted, and they look forward to working with DPW staff to address their concerns and look for opportunities to improve the Broadway corridor. So, Brian says OBI is very much in support of this item. So this was a communication raised at council. We had some discussion relative to the truck study and whether or not staff could do that. The original item that was on the agenda was the approval of a contract with SRF, and I do regret to inform you that when I reviewed the agenda tonight, that referral is not on here, so we're gonna have to take that up at the next regularly scheduled meeting to finally dispose of that item. But to put this in staff's hands for us to work for solutions to On Broadway's issues, OBI is very much in support of this.
Okay.
Okay, make a motion to refer to staff.
Second?
Yes.
That in order?
Motion to refer to staff by Nenning, second by Worry. Under discussion. Hearing none, all in favor.
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. 4, consideration with possible action on request by the Department of Public Works to contract with Master Graphics for AutoCAD support services in the amount of $15,200 for 2017. Director Grenier.
Master Graphics is, well, let's back up. AutoCAD is a product that's used for drafting and design purposes for all of our public works projects. And with that, AutoCAD as a company has government partners, and Master Graphic is the government services contract for the state of Wisconsin, or at least for our region in Wisconsin. So as we've continued to develop this program started off back in, oh God, late 70s, early 80s as a pure drafting platform, and the design components, which used to be second source, have been integrated into it. So it's a really massive program now with a lot of features in it. As we've gotten new staff on, we spent quite a bit of money on training last year, but there are still opportunities from time to time where we're questioning exactly how do we do some design process within that. So what Master Graphics has put together is a package where we sign a contract with them, and this is basically it's on an on-demand per hour basis that we can tap off of that bank for assistance with helping develop design templates or answer specific design questions on how to get the program to do what we want it to do.
Okay, any questions, concerns? Alderman
Just
Worry.
one quick question. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is something that can be used citywide, so the parks engineers, if you needed it, or is this just? DPW?
Primarily, DPW is the biggest user of this. But by all means, if there were other departments, our electricians use it on a limited basis, and Parks Department uses it on a very limited basis, but by all means, if they had similar kinds of questions, we would work with them on that.
Perfect, thanks.
So do we pay them based on the number of hours we use them for customization, or is
Is that- Yeah, it's a time and materials. They've given us an 80-hour block, and then we just draw off of that block, and we pay for it as we use it. So any hours that remain unutilized at the end of the year, we don't have to pay out.
Okay. Should the motion be to approve it up to 15.2?
Correct.
Okay. Make
Is that your motion, Dave?
Yeah. it's-
Motion by Nenning to approve up to 15,200. Do I hear a second?
Second.
By Vanderleest. Under discussion? Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. Number 5, consideration of possible action on request by DPW to award contract for miscellaneous architectural or architecture and engineering services to Berners Schober Associates Incorporated for 2017-2018. Director Grenier.
This is a service contract that we've had for many, many years with Berner Schober. There are various architectural and engineering services that pop up on an as-needed basis, and primarily on the architectural end. The engineering services are typically more structure-related, that we don't have the expertise in-house, so we've been utilizing Berner Schober for many years. We do go out every other year. We don't want to tie the city down for too long. One of the reasons that Berner Schober has been successful in this regard is there's not a lot of companies in our market that offer both the architecture and the engineering services. These rates are extremely competitive for the services that we're providing. I'd hazard to say that they are down very close to below market rate for similar services. And that is largely due to the relationship that Berner Schober has enjoyed with the city over the past several years. They're here to help out. Obviously, they gotta cover their costs and make a little bit of profit, but we are definitely not getting gouged on this.
Okay.
So we would very much appreciate having this contract with ESA.
Any questions, concerns? Motion by Vanderleest to approve, second by Weary, under discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. 6, consideration with possible action on a request by DPW to enter into a parking agreement with Washington Street Depot LLC for parking lot CC. Director Grenier.
This, I apologize to you, we didn't get, we finished the draft of it on Friday, so it didn't make it into the packet that was sent out. Lot CC is down off of what's now called Admiral Flatley Court. It used to be the 100 block of Crooks, so it's on the south side of that. CC, that was formerly the Chamber of Commerce building, so that's how we named it. Back in 2011, we tried to enter into a parking agreement with the tenants operating the Chamber of Commerce building, and there was a typo in that agreement, so it was never fully executed. As a result, since that time, we've been operating that lot without an agreement. So what we're trying to do here, this is a base parking agreement, very similar language that we have in all of our other parking agreements. All we did was we updated the dates on it. It would run from 2017, May 1st of 2017 through April 30th of 2037, so it's a 20-year lease. We have the opportunity every January when we review our parking rates to adjust the parking rates in this lot to keep it at market rate. And then to address the outstanding issue with the typo that was in the base agreement that was never executed, we do have a clause in here. There's some outstanding TIF money that's available to the LLC, and we're just going to take that TIF money, they're going to pay that over to parking and resolve those outstanding balances. So we're looking for approval to bring this to the LLC and get them to sign off on it.
How many spots do we have?
Alderman Weary.
I'll defer to Alderman Henning.
Alderman Denning.
This would be for 15 of the stalls that are in there, and it's only during business hours.
Okay.
Oh, anything else, Dave? Chris?
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, I'm glad to see the possibility of, raising it every year and not locking it in for the 10. They do the snow removal. Now, is this the lot, is there a little gate?
This is
on
the
it?
gated lot,
Okay.
correct.
So I assume then at night it must go up so anybody
Correct.
can use it on weekends.
That is the intent, yes.
Looks good.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Motion by Nenning, second
Second.
by Weary. Under discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. 7, consideration with possible action on request by DPW for the approval of amendment number 3 for professional service agreement between the city and Ayers Associates Incorporated in the amount of $14,000. Director Kinnear.
Ayers is the consultant that we selected for the North Webster design project. The original scope of the project did not include hours to prepare for and attend a hearing with the Office of Commissioner of Railroads for the proposed modifications to the rail crossing at Eastman Avenue. We have since been informed by Department of Transportation that that hearing with OCR is going to be required. So in order for the consultant to prepare for that, they have requested an amendment to the agreement in the amount of $14,000.
Excuse me. Okay. Any questions, concerns? If not-
Most of the preparation is specific drawings and exhibits for that hearing.
If funds come out of the project budget?
Yes.
Okay. Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Denning to approve, second by Worry, under discussion. Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes, motion carried. Number 8, consideration with possible action on approval of bridge operation agreement with Wisconsin Department of Transportation for the Mason Street and Walnut bridges for fiscal year 2018. Director Grenier.
Annually, the city enters into an agreement with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation, which reimburses the city for bridge tender services performed by city staff. The agreement tonight covers state fiscal year 2018, which extends from July 1st, 2017 to June 30th of 2018. This agreement results in a reimbursement of approximately $560,000 to the city. This spring, the state is completing some fiber optic upgrades on those bridges, which will connect the 3 bridges together and give the ability to start testing remote operations. And we do recommend approval of this operating agreement to reimburse us for our bridge tender services.
Any questions, concerns?
Just going to ask Mr. Grenier one question.
Alderman Vanderleest.
Are all 3 of our bridges then have attendants in them?
They do.
Okay, and that's going to stay in place then?
Correct.
Okay.
The difference is that the Nitschke Bridge on Main Street, the city of Green Bay actually owns that bridge. The other 2 bridges are owned by the Department of Transportation, so for us to provide the operators, we have to have the agreement so they can pay us for our operators to be in their bridges.
I think it's a good idea to have those attendants there. That one issue that time where that car was like this, the bridge was up and the car
Right.
was on there. Amazing the car stayed there.
Now, even when DOT starts the testing phase of remote operations, they will still have attendants at all 3 bridges. They're just gonna operate it from the Walnut Street Bridge. But the operators at the other 2 bridges, if something were to happen, have the ability to go into a manual override. We haven't talked to the DOT as far as when they're gonna start doing this testing or anything like that. That's outside of the scope of this. We just wanted to let you know that they're finishing up that project as well.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Yeah, move to approve.
Motion to approve by Denning, second by Worry, under discussion. Here none, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes, motion carried. Number 9, consideration with possible action on report of the purchasing manager. A, request approval to purchase wireless headsets for the sewer division from Baycom Incorporated for $13,428. Director Grenier.
Okay, given the nature of the work that sewer section is doing, having the ability to communicate with having your hands free is obviously very important. So we're looking to equip some handsets for those folks. This went out through the purchasing manager. We got 2 responses back, one from Baycom, one from Bruce Municipal Equipment, and the low responsive bidder is Baycom in the amount of $13,428, so staff would recommend approval of the low responsive bidder.
Any questions or concerns? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Vanderleest to approve, second by Denning. Under discussion, hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes, motion carried. 10, consideration, possible action on review and award the following contracts. A, pavement 1-17, including water main. B, resurfacing 1-17. Director Grenier.
We're in the bidding season, so pavement 1-17, including water main, is the Webster Avenue corridor in front of the hospitals. So 2 bids received, Advanced Construction, PTS Contractors. Low responsive bid was Advanced, $2,779,261.80. If you look at how tight the bidding environment was, both bids were within $30,000 of each other or so. So very, very tight, real good pricing. And when we see bids come in that close together, I did actually have a conversation with one of the guys at PTS this morning. He said he didn't sleep last night over this. He agreed that this represents a significant increase in the quality of the plans that we're putting out. So having the staff getting up to speed and getting more comfortable in their job has definitely paid off.
And that's Mason to,
That's Mason to, I think, 350 feet south of Corlier.
yep, and when is that? When did it be completed? Sorry, Mr. Chairman.
It should be completed by October.
And it'll be started, what, like later in the year? Or?
I think we've got some advance work going on, especially where we're tying sewers together out in Mason Street. We're gonna do that early, but the bulk of the work is gonna take place after the Bell and Run.
Stretch needs it.
Yes, it does. Then resurfacing, this is the resurfacing contract for both the pavement repair portion and the asphalt paving portion. 3 bids received for the Part A for pavement repairs. Again, if you take a look, $2,000 between the low bid and the second low bid. So very, very tight bidding environment. And with the resurfacing, the asphalt portion, there really are 2 contractors in the area that do that, Northeast Asphalt and MCC. On a $1.4 million contract, it was $6,000 difference between those 2 bids. So again, we're seeing that prices are going up, and with the economy recovering the way it is, I guess that's unexpected. That's going to happen. But overall, when we took a look at the unit prices that the contractors were offering up, they're definitely in the range that we were expecting to see this year.
Okay, any concerns or questions? If not, I will entertain a motion. By Worry, second by
Yeah.
Nenning.
Yeah.
Okay, under discussion? Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. 11, consideration of possible action on request by Gather on Broadway to place tables and chairs within cities right-of-way in front of 139 North Broadway. Director Grenier?
You've seen a number of these pop up before you over the past couple of years, and here again, we have a business on Broadway. I like the fact that these folks are now starting to contact the right-of-way specialist, Tom Geezy, in our office, and they're working collaboratively with Tom to come up with some spaces in front of the business that will allow these types of amenities to occur. So Tom has gone out, met with these folks, come up with these dimensions, the locations where they want to go. We love having these outdoor seating amenities over in the Broadway district. We'd like seeing them pop up around the city, so staff is in support of this. Obviously, this would have the hold harmless agreement, required insurances on file, and meet the conditions that are included in that hold harmless.
Questions?
There's an
Alderman
issue-
Nenning.
There was an issue raised the other day at Protection and Welfare about the plan for the wine
Mhm.
lounge. And apparently, there was an issue that they couldn't get a liquor license because there was a gap between their establishment and where the tables and
Correct.
chairs would be located. Is that the same issue here?
That would be an issue no matter where in the city. That's part of municipal code, and one of the conditions of the hold harmless agreement is that they have to abide by all portions of our ordinances.
Okay. Well, Protection and Welfare referred it to the attorney to see if they could work something out about it, but if they intended to serve alcohol here, it would be the same issue, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't seem to interfere with the use of the right-of-way, so I move to approve.
Motion by Nenning to approve, second by Worry. Under discussion? Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. Consideration and possible action on applications for concrete sidewalk builders licenses by the following: Absolute Concrete, Everett's Concrete, KPC Concrete, Allied Concrete, Verheyen Concrete. Director Grenier.
Absolute Concrete and Verheyen Concrete are new contractors. Everett's, KPC, and Allied have all held sidewalk builders license in the past. Based on our review of capabilities, equipment, and so on, staff is recommending approval of all 5.
Concerns or questions from the committee? If not, entertain a motion.
Approve.
Motion to approve by Vanderlee, second by Worry. Under discussion? Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. 13, consideration, possible action on application for tree and brush trimmer license by Clark Tree Service. Director Grenier.
Clark is coming back to us after a 6-year absence. They did good work before. We're recommending that they be approved again.
Questions or concerns?
Move to approve.
Motion to approve by Nenning, second by Worry. Under discussion? Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. Gotta be quick. 14, consideration with possible action on application for underground sprinkler system licensed by Prairie Creek Landscape Management. Director Grenier.
Okay, Prairie Creek Landscape Management has not held an underground sprinkler license under this name. Matt Bainan, the owner, was previously affiliated with Underground Sprinkler Company. Underground Sprinkler had their license revoked last year for a period of 1 year. The revocation was a result of company personnel other than Matt. So the company was reorganized as a result of that revocation. Matt's now in charge. We did consult law department on this. They agree with approving the application for the new company, so DPW does recommend approval.
Questions or concerns?
Move to approve.
Motion by Nenning to
Second.
approve, second by Vanderleest, under discussion. Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion carried. Oopsie daisy.
We gotta get the director's report.
I know. Gosh darn it. I was a little ahead of myself. Okay.
We're on our directors.
15, Director's Report on recent activities of the Public Works Department.
As I alluded to under item number 3, my apologies, when I reviewed the agenda for this meeting last week, I missed the fact that we had that referral for the SRF contract. I wish I'd have had that on there so we could have taken care of that tonight, but that will be on the agenda 2 weeks from tonight, so we can dispose of that item. The only other thing that I did want to make committee aware of is Monday morning, we did start spring yard waste collection. So staff is about halfway through the first rotation around the city. It's going really fast right now because not a lot of people have their stuff out. As part of the spring yard waste collection and the fall loose leaf collection, staff is working on some educational materials that we want to make available on the website through social media, and we're actually looking at producing a couple of 3 to 5 minute spots that can run either on YouTube or on the public TV channel to educate folks on how to properly set that stuff out to the curb and why it's important not to have it in the road. They've actually got some stuff that shows, they call it leaf tea, and it's when you soak leaves for 3, 5, and 7 days, how much of that stuff's leaching out, and that's getting into the storm sewer that's causing us to be in trouble with the DNR. So we're gonna be producing some educational stuff, trying to educate folks on how to properly put that out. But we are in leaf collection, and we will be until second week of May, or spring yard waste collection.
Questions or concerns for our director?
Quick question.
Vanderleest,
Steve,
then worry.
have you ever thought about when they put out that notice on the collection, in other words, the dates that, if they just put a little reminder, they're not to have anything on the street? A lot of people just feel that, hell, they pile the street 5 feet right out past the curb.
Yep.
If they had that little note on there, it might, be a good idea.
We're doing that. Like I said, we're gonna put together some stuff that can go on social media, tying back to the city's website, where you can download or look at all of these educational materials that we're doing. Similar to what we do for long grass and snow and ice, we're modifying that form so that if staff sees that leaves or long grass or yard waste or what have you is out in the curb, that we can go up and tag the house and give them 24 hours to voluntarily pull that back. If they don't, and we have to come over, then there's a citation that's gonna be involved.
Are you gonna be on the site of the county as well? The county has a site.
We can be more than happy to cross-link with Brown County.
You might wanna just check into that. 'cause
Oh, God, yeah.
They do have a informational
Sure.
site. so-
Oh, great idea.
Mentioning it.
Anything else, Jeff?
That's it.
How has the...
Worry, then Nenning.
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. West Side Drop-Off Center, still good for the waste this year?
For right now, we are still continuing to work. I've been trying to get in touch with a gentleman at DNR he's the head of the statewide wetlands program. So we can try to get the outstanding issues with our property resolved. And more than anything, I want to move to our property, get off the county's property, that way everything's good. And I'm hoping to have a resolution on that, but right now, Brown County has offered us a lease of $500 a month. The only problem is I don't have any budget to pay that lease, so we're still trying to negotiate with the county some terms where we can stay until we have to leave.
That's a better amount than they originally wanted.
It was a lot better amount than they originally offered, but still at $500 a month,
All right.
Okay, Dave?
I was gonna ask about the east side bulk waste. I noticed driving by there, that people are putting stuff outside on weekends outside of the gate. How's it been going overall?
It's gotten a lot better. We knew we were gonna have some non-compliance issues, and we're trying to reorient the camera so we can better capture license plate numbers and try to go after these folks with citations. But I will say, the area is looking a lot better since we put the bulk collection inside the gate, and we're actually using light duty folks who are due to injury. We're actually staffing, and with the automation of the parking ramps, which is going on right now, the cashier booths that we're removing, we're actually gonna salvage those, because those have heaters and air conditioners in them, so we can staff the facilities during the winter as well.
I haven't had any complaints from anyone, and it seems to be a lot needed than it was before.
Very much
I don't know
so.
if our volume has been cut back.
It has dropped considerably.
Okay, that's important.
One other quick question, Steve. On the west side, where we're actually, they dropped the grass and everything now, does the city own that site or the county own that?
No, that's a county-owned piece of property. We
So
own the piece of property next to it on the corner.
Okay. Is that gonna be a feasible site then when you move over?
We think so.
Just a matter of putting a driveway in, or?
No, the issue was, years ago, back in the 60s, that was lowland, and it was swamp, it was wetland. But the county, through a contract with the Corps of Engineers, used that for dredge disposal. So it was filled, and the Corps issued a permit to fill those wetlands in under the Clean Water Act. We've got concurrence from the Corps of Engineers. They say everything is fine, we can go ahead and operate our yardway site there, and we don't have any problem with wetlands. DNR is now saying, well, we think there might be wetlands up at the surface, but the only reason that they'd be considered wetlands is because the Corps created them with this dredged material. So we're trying to just get that resolved, or get an exception for the yard waste site, which technically yard waste is still a solid waste. So as a solid waste facility, there is a process to get an exception. DNR wants us to go out and do a wetland determination and delineation, and what I'm trying to say is, number one, I don't think there's wetlands out there. Number two, it's hard for us to do a determination because with the amount of phragmites, we can't see the ground. There's no way to accurately do it outside of me going out there and having staff mow that, and if we mow it, we're gonna have to bag it and dispose of it in a landfill. We're talking thousands of dollars. If they really feel that strongly, I'm gonna throw my hands up in the air and say, okay, yes, there's wetlands out there. Now, can I have my exception? But I need to work with this. Working with the staff level here at DNR isn't getting us where we need to go, so I've continually started going up the chain, trying to get somebody who can make that decision.
Afraid my eat bird.
Yeah, in this area they did last year. I'd rather not think about that.
Okay.
Move to accept the director's report.
Okay, motion to accept by Nenning, second by Worry, under discussion. Hear none, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes, motion carried.
Move to reconsider,
Motion to adjourn by the
move
chairman.
to reconsider.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
By Vanderleest, under discussion. All in favor? Ayes, motion carried.
Leaving.
I knew you were gonna
Hey,
do that. That's why I-
On Highway 41, there was quite a brush
Just
fire
leaving.
there as you go south on 41.
Were you here for any particular item, or?
It-
Oh, I